Hello, my Juicy Co-creators. Lilou here. I'm in Dublin in Stephen's Green Park. Is that right?
Yes, yeah, Stephen's Green Park, Dublin. Welcome and hello.
Awesome. And we have a little bit of rain. Just perfect weather here in Ireland. And I'm with Sharon and Niall that I just found out on the internet because I'm like, I want to do something different. I want to find out what Irish people are doing right now. So I went into Meetup. I went into Google and your Meetup page showed up saying that you were doing some laughing yoga in Dublin. And I just love that. I've heard of it and I want to hear all about it and what are the benefits, because there's so much to say about it, isn't it? So tell us, how did you get started on this?
Well, Sharon had been doing laughter yoga when I met her, and I went to one of her classes and I loved it, and I went to all of her classes then, and then I got trained in it.
And now you're a couple.
Yeah.
And having great fun. So what is laughing yoga?
Basically, it's just, yoga means union. So it's union, joining together through laughter. So it's basically just a laughter class where you start at first by fake laughing and pretending to laugh, and you encourage playfulness and then you just laugh together and get all the benefits of laughter.
Yeah, because I guess at some point it's just like it gets contagious and you're just like, right now I nearly find myself wanting to laugh for no reason.
Even the thoughts of laughter, like gets you kind of giggly, and everyone comes to the class at the beginning and they're all hee before we say anything at all,
So how do you get this started? Because I know you also, before we get into a little bit more, because maybe we can try it, you do the singing day as well?
Yeah.
So you have people singing even if they don't sing well?
Yeah, so this is a separate class than laughter yoga, but it's basically non-judgmental singing. And that just means, like, you can't stop your judgments, but it just means that you hear the judgments in your head saying you can't sing, and this big block that stops people from singing, but then choosing to sing anyway and not letting that judgment kind of tie us down,
Yeah.
And everybody can sing. If you have a voice, you can sing, So it's kind of changing people's mind about singing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Getting the thoughts out. I really felt it right away when I met you. We had never met before, and I felt this big, nice space to be able to be just self-express who I was, and I didn't feel the judgments. And I really want to acknowledge that, because I think now people feel more and more sensitive to that, and we really have to work on that to clear our thoughts.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Sharon and I, that's basically our philosophy for a living, and we bring that into Singing Day. We basically encourage people to sing without any comparison, without any thinking who's good at singing and who's not, or am I good, or is my voice good enough. What the message we have is that it's my voice, and the singing voice is just an analogy or like a symbol for your voice in general, your channel of expression, so it's basically driving home the message that I have a right to be me and to express myself, and my message and I are one, and we're here, and you can like us or not, but that's okay. I like me, and we kind of try to create that space in everything we do.
Because that's so essential. We have to love ourselves. Isn't that the most important? Huh?
If we love ourselves, we love everyone, and if we love everyone, we love ourselves.
Yeah. So you're creating a better place.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
You like that? You like that thought?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I love it how then we can become childlike and just be just ourselves, and who cares? Like, it's not that we want to rebel or be different, but I think it's a unique expression. We are different.
Yeah.
Still being alike.
Yeah. And when we do laughter yoga, it's very much just playful and kind of being silly. And a lot of people, again, the judgments come into it, the intellectual and the head, and it can be uncomfortable at first. So a lot of people experience that comfort, and what we do is we don't try and say this is laughter yoga and you're not supposed to feel comfortable. Whereas what we do is we abandon the rules altogether, and we say, well, if you feel uncomfortable, that's okay, and if you don't, either way, there's space for it all, and there's room inside you to have your head turned on and all your judgments, but still to say, but even though that's there, I'm going to play and have fun. There's room inside us for all of that. And we just basically send out an invitation for more fun and laughter and lightness. And we demonstrate that by doing a class regularly, and when you send an invitation to laughter and to lightness, it comes, Yeah.
Did you felt at any point in your own life the kind of repression of that in Ireland? Because it feels like it's European, it's intellectual. There was a Christianism. There is like all those things, you know. And is that to break free? Do you feel that Ireland is there ready to break free, open free, or do you think it's already there?
I think like what you were saying, like you're a co-creator, so all that stuff that you just said doesn't really impact that much on my life, because like you say, like we're creating our own reality.
Yeah.
So like because we're thinking about like positive things and like looking for good in people and wanting to play with people, then that's what we experience, you know?
Yeah, that's your reality.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with Sharon. Yeah.
So you didn't have at some point to just say, this is how I'm going to create my reality no matter what, because some of us had a turning point. Did you had one of those too, where there was a clash or a big suffering where you said you realized that there was more?
Yeah.
I don't want to get heavy and significant, but I do think with the crisis and challenges and where we can be challenged, we are challenged, and unfortunately human beings understand too through suffering. And your message too, I'm guessing, is we don't need to go through suffering. We can go through the laughter.
Yeah, but
with laughter. Laughing.
Yeah. So basically, there's on a scale, when you're feeling really low and heavy, down there at the bottom of the scale is also the sense of that you've no control, and that goes hand in hand with the thought of victimhood and things are being done to me. And then, like, if you imagine that you climb up that scale a bit and you get to feelings of being happy and joyous and light, and up there the thought of control is there, you know. And for anyone who's feeling a real sense of deep suffering, it's very hard to entertain the idea that I'm in control here, and nobody who's suffering wants to hear that. And really nobody who has a sense of not having control wants to hear that lightness and joy is an option. You know, that's something that you can choose. And
even less to laugh at a certain situation that might appear disastrous and really terrible, and that's when I feel the laughter is particularly enlightening.
Yeah, absolutely. But for people who feel out of control and feel victimized or unfairly treated, we don't want to disrespect where they're at, you know. And even some people might argue that, like, well, it's a choice they have. They're choosing to feel not to have any choice, you know. But we don't want to get into any of those arguments. What we do is just to say, well, you can, while you're feeling like that, there are things you can do to make you feel a bit better, you know. And when you feel a bit better, then choices can present themselves to you, you know, because you're just a little bit clearer. And we're not saying we're going to change your whole life around, but we're saying that you can have a sense that you have a little bit of control over things, how things are going, or how they seem to appear to you, you know. And there's a saying in laughter yoga that ha-ha leads to aha. You know, that when you're in that laughter, it's at that moment when you're going to go, aha, I have an idea, I have a way out of this. So basically what we do is we just provide that space and we allow it. So if you want to feel whatever way you feel, that's okay, but there's room outside of you right now to also make just a little invitation to laughter, and all you need is a little invitation, and things will happen, you know, and in their own time and in their own space, things will change. And
then when we're presented a situation, we could really laugh at it instead of thinking so badly about ourselves, about others.
Someone said something to me once, and it always sticks with me, and I sometimes then say it in our classes, is that you know, when people are playing together, like in laughter yoga or anything, you know, sometimes people are messing together, that's the level that we're supposed to meet on, you know, because you're just kind of playful and like there's no words or anything. And then after that, then you can kind of connect at a much deeper level. So, you know, so then if words come next, you're already really, really connected. Because even, you know, me looking at you now, like we're kind of smiling at each other through our eyes. You know,
smiling eyes.
Yes. So that's like a really deep sense of connection, you know. We could just stand here like going,
oh, totally. I love people's eyes. I just think it's the most amazing thing. So how do we get this started? How do you start laughing when you really don't want to? I mean, I know we kind of feel like laughing already, the three of us, but
you know, maybe we should do an example.
Yes.
Yeah, we can show you. I was thinking of something we call imploring laughter, and it's an example of how you can train yourself in laughter yoga to laugh at situations you normally wouldn't laugh at. And if you practice, there's a saying that what you practice you get good at. You know, so a lot of us practice moaning or giving out or complaining a lot of the time. You know, and we get very.
Oh yeah, French are really good at it.
So we practice laughter, and we actually do get good at it. I've found since I've done it, I've found myself literally on the floor laughing. You know, not just people talk about it as figuratively, you know, as a figure of speech. I was on the floor laughing. I found myself literally unable to get up from the floor from laughter, and it's a really good feeling.
Yeah, I can totally see that.
So basically how we start a class is we just do kind of gentle warm-ups. Like we might just say,
You can come. You do it with us, please, because otherwise this is going to look embarrassing. No, go for it. Well, it's part of it. Sorry, the embarrassment is part of it, right?
yeah, we explain all that kind of at the start, that it's like fake laughter and fake it until you make it, and it's okay, like Niall was saying, to have space. We have space inside us for...
Oh, you're getting undressed too.
I'm getting undressed now, right?
And, okay, it's a very unusual show here. We're gonna get undressed. Could you hold it, please?
This is part of our life.
All right, may it begins.
But we do like a warm-up where we just like breathe in and then out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is something that we would do at the start of our class to kind of just bring laughter into people's bodies, you know, before we go into the other laughter exercises. So we say, so we're just going to imagine that we can all do it together then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And do this when you're watching. You know, it's really good.
At home, let your neighbors also watch you through the window. Have fun.
So we're just going to imagine that we're taking in a really deep breath, and when we take in that really deep breath, we're breathing in lots and lots of laughter, and we're breathing it all into our heart area. And then on our out breath, we're just going to let out a laugh. So it doesn't matter if you need to laugh or if you don't need to laugh, we're just going to pretend. And we also look around at the other people that we're laughing with and make eye contact when we're doing it as well, and that shares the laughter with each other. Okay, so we do it? Okay, so deep breath in.
Stay with us.
Yeah. Okay, so deep breath in.
Deep breath in. And then So if you do that a few times, and you can do it in the morning or make a regular practice of it, and basically while you're doing it, it might be very fake and you might feel very silly, and you might be thinking, I'm not really laughing, it's just pretend, it's like an actor. But how we all learned to laugh in the first place is we were just babies and we just pretended. We saw other people making that funny noise, going ha ha ha, and it felt good at the time, and there's loads more communication going on besides just the words and the sounds. But then we just copied them, and that's all we're doing. And when you even pretend or even think about laughter or even read the word laughter, your mind has to go and remember, in order to figure out and make sense of what laughter is, your mind has to remember times when you laughed.
Yeah.
And your body fills up with good hormones even as you're thinking about laughter. So it's really powerful. It's more powerful than you might think.
It's probably the best medicine on the planet.
Absolutely. Yeah, we would agree. Best medicine, yeah. And we were thinking of another exercise, and this is to help build an association between times when you mightn't think of laughter and to when you're in that situation again, like to remember to laugh. So all of us have been in a situation where we feel, you know, we have a really important message, and other people aren't listening to us. So we do a kind of a funny version of that, where I'm going to pretend that I have a really important message, and I'm going to ask you to laugh while I'm being really serious. Okay?
Let's do it. That sounds fun.
Okay, so you ready? Yeah. So listen, this is really important. No, what are you laughing for? This is important. Why? I want to be understood. Nobody's listening to me. It's not funny.
I love it. It's like being a kid. That's always what you wish you could have done to your teachers.
And what I'd like to do is to get you to do it, and then we'll laugh at you, and then get Sharon to do it, and it gets funnier each time. Okay. So do you want me to hold the microphone, please? Yes. Okay.
Well, I have to tell you guys, we have to make a change in this world. It is really important. Humanity is going down. There is a challenge here. What?
Your turn.
Now I have something really, really important to say. No, really, you really want to know this. Really, this is going to change your life. If you can just listen to this for a second, seriously, this is really going to change your life.
Awesome, I love it. Because there's this, there's this. We do want to. I'm saying, 3, 2, 4, 5, 1. There's this public expression is a big deal for most people, and if we would think in this way that people are laughing, but in a good way on the other side, I think we will be a lot more self-expressed.
Yeah, and for us that's directly related to Singing Day, because one of the ideas it's really focused on self-expression, but how we go about the approach is it's not to try and improve our self-expression or to make it really like to improve the words we use, but it's just really to feel that no matter how I am is okay.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if anyone even likes what I'm saying. Yes. The only main thing that matters is that I'm in my own space.
So
and
beautiful,
it's a space for me, you know. Yeah.
Really, 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 really juicy. That's really important. That's so important because that's what matters the most. It's not a selfish thing.
Yeah, no, it's not at all. No,
it's the opposite. Actually.
Yeah, absolutely. Because when you make a space for yourself, then it automatically includes everybody. You know, and when it's actually the opposite of selfishness. Because suppose, for instance, I'm giving a speech to lots of people. Selfishness is associated with taking and greed, you know, but if I allow everybody to be as they are and I give them my performance regardless, without any, I'm not saying I'm giving you my performance on condition that you listen to me, that you like me, that you accept me, and that you give me a round of applause. No, I'm giving you my performance. It's not perfect, it's just me as I am, and there's no conditions. You can like it or not, but I'm still going to give it to you anyway. So it's totally selfless, and yet it's very powerful. You know, and that's what makes, ironically, even though we're not trying to be good in singing or performance or anything else, that's what makes a really good performer, if you think about it. Somebody who just gives like that.
Yeah, from the heart. I mean, that's the most powerful, more than an organ, is the most powerful center.
Because they're just like totally relaxed when you're real comfortable in giving your message, you know, that's going to help you to be a good singer, even though that's not our aim at all. But like I started off that
How do you sing?
Like I started off like no, I can't sing. And like I just like, but I really enjoy singing, you know, and I enjoy like going along on my bike and singing to myself, you know. And I think a lot of people do things like that, like just
in the shower.
In the shower and like in their house and blah blah blah. But then when you're with someone else, it's like we kind of like, I definitely got this big block and I didn't want to release it, you know. I didn't want to sing in front of anyone and like, oh no, I don't want to sing. And then one day I was saying to Niall, I don't know what to do with my life, whoa, you know, like one of these moments. And I said, I just want to sing. That's all I want to do. And Niall said, okay, well, we have a singing day. We'll just sing to each other all day tomorrow. I was like, okay. So then we woke up the next morning and we just started singing everything to each other. Good morning, Niall. How are you today? And we sang.
It's like a musical of your own. I love it.
And we went out to like a coffee shop and Niall ordered his coffee. Can I have an Americano, please? Or whatever way he sang it.
It was really funny because the woman was just totally normal. She didn't think, she acted like nothing unusual was happening. So it would be, can I have a coffee? Yeah, what kind? An Americano, please. Okay, that'll be $2.50. There you go. And she was just real, totally normal. It was really funny.
Yeah, it was real good.
And then we basically went on throughout the day and like we're singing to each other and we came up with like, we came across our own self-judgments and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so I was real, oh my God, my voice is driving me mad because I keep singing the same tune over and over again. You know, but we just kind of sang through the judgments and then we realised, wow, this is like really amazing. And I really got a sense of that my singing voice, and I assume that this is the same for a lot of people, that your singing voice is really closely related to your heart, and when you tune into your singing voice and use it as well, you're really tuning into a sense of self that's like a deeper level of the self we give, you know, to like, this is my identity, this is what I'm wearing and this is what I do, you know. So even for like, we've done workshops with actors and singers and everything, and even people who sing a lot, they still get a lot from the Singing Day workshop because it's more about getting in a sense of your true voice and your true voice, so you can't make a mistake. So like,
I guess it's challenging for singers as much as for non-singers.
Exactly.
Yeah, because see,
you stripped off again?
I did, yeah. See, I'm expressing my true self. I'm taking the layers off. And
So you're gonna be
I promise not to take any more off. So Basically,
Yeah.
I've forgotten what I was saying.
Having so much fun.
Yeah.
You're just in the flow.
So what were you talking about there?
That singing is really good for even when you're a non-singer.
Yeah. Singer and non-singer.
Yeah, because
Thank
like
you.
singers learn
You're hired.
songs. Yeah, because singers learn songs and they learn lyrics, and what we're doing is we're just putting notes to whatever comes to our head at any time, you know, and it's very free, and so there's no structure, and that allows you just to be in the moment, and it allows you to experience singing, but with no like you got it wrong, or no you have to go back to that line, or that wasn't high enough. It's just you know, there's nobody can say that was wrong.
Yeah.
Like if you sing a note now, it's just your note, and that's part of the way.
No, I won't.
Beautiful.
Yes, I will. Yes, I am. So laughing, singing, all of that is all part of those beautiful heart pleasures, and more than that, it's an expression of our soul.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's an axiom like in human studies like anthropology and all that, singing predates verbal communication. Okay, and what that means is like before we had words, we could still make ourselves understood by, like, if there's a sense of urgency, our voice will go high, and if we're relaxed, it'll go low and soothing, and they're all musical. They're tones, they're up and down and quiet and loud, and if there's a sense of urgency, your pace will quicken, you know, and that's a rhythm. And there's another axiom that like our development as a human being is a reflection of the development of the human race in total. And if you think about it, when we're babies, we can make ourselves understood by in the same ways. It's all musical, like, so we can cry if we want, if we're upset, and if we're going to sleep and we're all happy, we can go you know, and the noises babies make when they're very contented, they're very soothing, and they get you in the heart, you know. So when you get in touch with your singing voice, and when you work on judgments in your singing voice, you're working on a part of you that's very close to in here, and it's a part where you connect with people very deeply. And we just got a little connection there with somebody going by, so it's very apt. So it's very, even though we're working with the singing voice, it extends to every area of your voice and your sense of self, you know, really core sense of self in here. And it's just very liberating and rewarding. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm so happy. Yeah, of course, as much as you want.
I was just going to say, recently, like in the last few days, I was kind of thinking, you know, because sometimes people say, why do laughter yoga? Why do singing day? Like, what are the benefits of this and that, you know?
I think it's quite clear right now.
Yeah. And there are lots of benefits, but like there's lots of benefits for lots of things, do you know? It's like, what will you choose? So I was kind of thinking basically that like everything is like a game, you know? So if you work at the bank, that's the bank game. And if you work in like...
Too bad, game over!
Whatever, you know, if you study, you're playing the studying game. Yeah. So we basically play like laughter yoga and we play singing day, and like they do have benefits, but they're just a game like anything else. Yeah. You know, and we enjoy that game.
That's a fun game.
Yeah.
Like our business name, and we might do more things, you know, because we like getting creative, inspired ideas.
I think your book is on its way.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. And like we like to just get creative ideas and then share them with people, you know. But a lot of it is about playing together and connecting people together.
Wonderful. Well, I had such a great time with you too. This was such a beautiful surprise and big time the highlight of Dublin and one of my favorite interviews. Thank you.
Thank you. And you're a big inspiration of an example of playing the game and just having fun in life.
Being on the court, it's all about that.
Thank you very much, Lilou. It was beautiful to talk to you.
Thank you, Sharon. Thank you, Neil.
Thank you,
Neil?
Niall. Yeah.
Niall.
Yeah.
Much love. It's all good. Much love from Dublin, my beautiful co-creators. See you soon.